Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. In this video, we will know about strings. So in Python, we have different data types, right? We have list, we have tuple, we have set. Apart from that, we have also having these integers and floats and complex data types, right? So string is also one of the data type, and string is considered as ordered collection. String is also considered as immutable data type. So in the next video, we will discuss about this ordered collection and how string acts like a ordered collection. In this video, we will know about how we can actually represent this particular string in Python. So string is represented using single quotes, double quotes, or three single quotes and three double quotes. So how that works, let us see. So here I am taking a variable. Let's say I am taking the variable as string1 here. So I am assigning the value to this string1 in the single quotes here. So I am assigning, let's say, like here. So I am assigning the string in terms of a single quotes. So now what I will be doing is that if I print this particular type of this particular string, I am printing string1. So I am printing this particular type of this string. Now if I execute this, we can able to see the type of this particular string1, that what we have assigned in single quotes are telling this type is string. So we will see with the double quotes. Let's say I am taking string2 here. So I am using double quotes here. I am assigning, let's say, subscribe here. So if I check the type of this particular string2, we can able to see string2. Now if I execute this, we can able to see the type is str only, which means the string only. So we can able to represent using single quotes or double quotes or three single quotes or three double quotes. Let us see that as well. So I will take one more string3 here. So I will assign this particular string using three double quotes here. In middle of these three double quotes, I am mentioning some string here. So I am mentioning, if you found this video interesting. So now I am mentioning this. If you found this video interesting, like that, I am mentioning this string in terms of a three new lines. So now if I check the type of this particular string3, I am mentioning string3 here. Now if I execute this, it was again telling this particular thing as str. So the difference between this particular single quotes and this particular double quotes remains the same. In order to represent the string in a single line, we will be using either single quotes or double quotes. Or if you wanted to mention the string in this like this in a new line characters, we can use this particular three single quotes or three double quotes. Even if I mention this particular string instead of a three single quotes here, now I will take one more variable here. I am taking string4 here. I am taking three single quotes here. So now if I mention something in here, if I mention something in here, and still if I check this particular type of this particular string4, I am mentioning string4. So still we can able to see this is of str type. So if you wanted to mention the string in more than one line, we will be using this particular three double quotes or three single quotes. We can also mention this in terms of single line also. That won't be a problem. So now if I execute this, it will be remaining as str only. So like that, we will be having this particular representation of string in single quotes, double quotes, or even in the triple quotes, or three single quotes or three double quotes. So why we are using these three single quotes or double quotes? Because if let's say in this case, if I enter here, if I have a new line here, now if I execute this, so it was telling that syntax error, end of line while scanning the string literal, which means that it was telling you have opened this particular single quote and you are not closing this particular single quote. So for that reason, in order to avoid this case here, we will be using this particular three single quotes or three double quotes. So still, if you wanted to mention a new line character here, you can typically mention with this particular \n. This is a type of escape character which used to generate a new line character. I will be mentioning like subscribe, let's say something, subscribe this channel. I will give one more here, CHNNEL. So now if I execute this, and let's say if I print this particular str2, string string 2, we can able to see all of these values coming in the new line. And if I print this particular thing here, which is string 4, now if I execute this, we can able to see the result as something in here, as we are directly getting this particular something in here in the new line characters. Not just in a new line character, but a new line that what we are giving directly in here. So here we are not allowed to have like that. So for that reason, we are mentioning in the backslash n. Is whatever thing that we mention inside of these single quotes or double quotes, that will be acted like a string. So let us see one example so that we can able to understand more clearly. So now what we will be doing is that I will take a list here, and the list will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I print this particular L here, we can able to see this is as a list. We are getting everything as a list. And if I print the type here, type of this particular L, we can see the type is a class list here. So now what we will be doing is that I will take one more variable, let's say string list here. So instead of mentioning this particular thing in the single quotes, what I will be doing in this particular braces, what I will be doing is that I will mention all of this particular list inside of a single quotes. So now if I mention this in here, so after that what I will be doing is that I will just print this particular string list here. So string list, after that if I print this particular type, so that we can able to see the type, right? So I am printing this particular string list here. So you can able to see we are getting this particular type is a str type rather than a string type. So in this way, whatever thing that we will be mentioning inside of this particular single quotes or double quotes acts like a string, not acts like a any other thing. So let's say to understand more clearly, I will mention this particular whole print here inside of a single quotes, let's say double quotes here. So now what I will be doing is that I will directly check this particular type here. So now if I execute this, we can able to see the type is of str type. So by this we can able to understand that whatever we mention inside of a single quotes or double quotes or even 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes acts like a string. So now I hope you can able to understand what are strings and how we can able to represent this particular strings in Python. So in the next video we will see how we can access these particular elements, these particular characters inside of a string. So that to stay updated with my latest videos, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications to all, so that whenever I upload any video, you will get the notification. If you found this video interesting, hit the like button. See you in the next one.